The Discovery. The small mining ship moved slowly through the dark asteroid field. Captain Sarah Chen sat alone in her pilot seat, watching the scanner screen. She had been alone in space for 3 months. No family, no friends. Just her and the endless stars. Another boring day, Sarah said to herself. Scan rocks, find metal, go home. Same thing every day. But today was different. Suddenly her scanner made a loud beeping sound. Sarah jumped in her seat. The screen showed something big, very big. It was hiding behind a large asteroid. What is that? Sarah whispered. She pushed her ship closer, slowly, carefully. The object came into view and Sarah's mouth fell open. It was a ship, but not a human ship. This ship was massive, at least 10 times bigger than her small mining vessel. The metal was strange, covered in old marks and scratches. Parts of it looked broken. Dark windows stared at her like empty eyes. Computer, scan that ship, Sarah said, her voice shaking. The computer beeped and showed information on the screen. Sarah read the words and couldn't believe it. This is impossible, she said loudly. This ship has been dead for 3,189 years. Sarah's heart beat faster. An abandoned alien ship, lost in space for almost 4,000 years. Who built it? Where did they go? Why was it here, floating alone in the darkness? She knew she should leave. Call the authorities. Let someone else handle it. But something pulled at her heart. Curiosity, loneliness, maybe both. I have to see inside, Sarah decided. She put on her spacesuit and grabbed her oxygen tank. The suit felt heavy and cold. She checked her air supply, only 4 hours of oxygen. Enough time to look around and come back. Sarah opened her ship's door and floated into space. The stars surrounded her. The ancient alien ship waited ahead like a sleeping giant. She used her suit's small thrusters to push herself toward it. The closer she got, the more detail she saw. The ship's hull had blast marks, bullet holes, signs of a fight. Something bad happened here a long time ago. Sarah found an airlock door on the side of the ship. It was sealed shut. She pulled out her cutting tool and carefully burned through the old lock. Sparks flew in the darkness. Finally, the door opened with a hiss. Inside, everything was dark. Sarah turned on her helmet light. The beam cut through the blackness, showing a long corridor. Dust floated in the air like tiny ghosts. The walls were covered in strange writing she couldn't read. "Hello?" Sarah called out. Her voice echoed. No answer. Only silence. She walked forward slowly. Her boots made soft clanking sounds on the metal floor. Every step felt heavy. The ship felt wrong, empty, dead. Sarah passed through several rooms. She saw old equipment, broken screens and chairs made for bodies different from humans. Whatever lived here was taller, with longer arms. Then she heard it, a sound. A soft humming noise coming from deeper in the ship. Sarah's blood turned cold. "Something is still working," she whispered. She followed the sound through the dark corridors. The humming grew louder. Her oxygen gauge showed 3 hours left. She needed to be careful. Finally, she reached the bridge, the main control room. The door was half open. Sarah squeezed through and stopped. In the center of the room was a large chair, and in that chair sat a skeleton, an alien skeleton. Its bones were tall and thin, 4 arms instead of 2. The skull had 3 eye sockets. Sarah felt sad looking at it. "You died here, alone, just like I'll die alone someday." Then she noticed something glowing on the control panel. A small blue light blinking slowly. Sarah walked closer and touched the button beneath it. The room suddenly came alive. Lights flickered on. Screens glowed. And in front of Sarah, a hologram appeared. It was the alien captain. The same one sitting dead in the chair. But in the hologram, he was alive. His 3 eyes looked tired and sad. When he spoke, the ship's computer translated his words into broken English. "If you... Finding this message, please. I beg you," and the alien captain's voice was weak and full of pain. "Take my ship. Home. My family waits. I give you coordinates. I tried so hard. But I could not make it. Too far, too damaged. I am dying." The hologram showed an image. 3 smaller aliens. His children. They were smiling, waving at the camera. Behind them was a beautiful blue planet. "Please," the alien captain said again. "Tell them." I tried. "Tell them. I love them. Take me home." The hologram disappeared. Sarah stood in silence, tears running down her face. She looked at the skeleton in the chair, then at the coordinates now showing on the screen. The planet was on the other side of the galaxy, impossibly far away. It would take months, maybe years to reach it, and she didn't even know if the family was still alive after 3,189 years. Her oxygen gauge beeped. 2 hours left. She should go back to her ship. Forget this. It wasn't her problem, but Sarah remembered her own father. He left for a space mission when she was 10 years old. He promised to come home. He never did. Lost in space, no body, no goodbye, just gone. I know how they feel, Sarah said, looking at the alien children's picture, waiting for someone who never comes home. She made her decision. She would download the coordinates. She would try. Sarah's hands moved across the control panel, copying the navigation data. As she worked, something impossible happened. The entire ship began to shake. Lights turned on in every corridor. The engines, dead for 3,189 years, started humming with power. The screens showed systems coming online one by one. "What have I done?" Sarah shouted. A mechanical voice echoed through the ship. "New captain detected. Systems activating. Preparing for final journey. Destination, home." Sarah's oxygen gauge beeped again. 1 hour left. Her heart pounded. The ancient ship was alive, and somehow she was now its captain. She ran back toward her own ship, but stopped at the airlock door. Something told her this was meant to happen. This alien captain died trying to get home. His family waited for him for thousands of years. Someone had to finish what he started. Sarah looked back at the glowing bridge, then at her small mining ship floating outside. "Okay, Captain Kelvin," she said, reading the name from his uniform. "Let's take you home." She stepped back inside the alien ship. The airlock door closed behind her with a final heavy clang. Her journey had just begun. The journey begins. The ancient ship's lights grew brighter around Sarah. She ran back to the bridge, her boots echoing in the empty corridors. Everything was waking up after sleeping for thousands of years. When Sarah reached the control room, all the screens were glowing with strange alien symbols. She couldn't read any of it. Her heart raced with fear and excitement. "Computer, can you speak English?" Sarah asked, hoping for an answer. Her crackling voice responded. "Yes. English detected. Translating. My systems are damaged. I am sorry." The voice sounded broken, like an old radio with bad signal. But at least Sarah could understand it. "What's your name?" Sarah asked. "I am Sentinel, Ship Artificial Intelligence. I have been sleeping for 3,189 years, 4 months, 12 days. Sarah looked at the skeleton still sitting in the captain's chair. "That's Captain Kelvin, right?" "Yes," Sentinel said sadly. "My captain. He died trying to reach home. He was a good person." Sarah felt a lump in her throat. "I'm going to help him. I'm going to take him home." Suddenly, all the screens turned red. A loud alarm filled the bridge. "Warning! Warning!" Sentinel shouted. "Critical damage detected in main systems. Hull breaches in sections 4, 7, and 12. Life support failing. Engine power at 15%. Estimated survival time 30 days. Sarah's eyes went wide. 30 days? To cross the galaxy? That's impossible. "Yes," Sentinel agreed. "It is impossible. Captain Kelvin knew this. That is why he failed." Sarah sat down in a small chair near the control panel. She put her head in her hands. What had she done? She made a promise she couldn't keep. Just like her father probably made promises he couldn't keep. "Wait," Sarah said, looking up. "How did Kelvin travel so far in the first place? What kind of engine does this ship have?" The main screen changed. It showed a diagram of a strange machine in the ship's center. "Quantum jump drive," Sentinel explained. "Experimental technology. It can fold space, jump thousands of light years in seconds, but it is damaged. Very damaged. Only 1 or 2 jumps left before complete failure." Sarah stood up quickly. 1 or 2 jumps? Can we reach Kelvin's home planet with 2 jumps? Calculating. Sentinel went quiet for a moment. "No, distance is too great. Would require 5 jumps minimum. We only have 2 jumps maximum." Sarah felt her hope dying. But then she remembered something. She walked over to Captain Kelvin's skeleton and gently touched his uniform. "You didn't give up," Sarah whispered. "You kept trying until the very end. I can't give up either." She turned to face the computer. "Sentinel, show me Captain Kelvin's personal logs. Everything. I want to know his story." Accessing personal files. A new hologram appeared. This time it showed Captain Kelvin alive and healthy. He was standing in a bright room with his 3 children. They were laughing and playing. The image was old and flickered like an ancient video. Kelvin's voice played through the speakers. Family log day 1. Today I leave for my long mission. Exploration of the outer rim. My daughter Mira is crying. She doesn't want me to go. I promised her I would be home before her 10th birthday. That's in 6 months. I will keep that promise. I always keep my promises. The hologram changed. Now Kelvin looked tired. He was alone on the bridge. Mission log day 47. We found something incredible. A new jump drive technology in an ancient space station. My crew and I are taking it home. This could change everything. We could travel across the galaxy in days instead of years. But something feels wrong. We're being followed. Another hologram. Kelvin looked scared now. Warning lights flashed red behind him. Emergency log day 52. We're under attack! Pirates found us. They want the jump drive. My crew is dead. All of them. I'm the only one left. The ship is badly damaged. I tried to jump away, but the drive malfunctioned. I jumped too far. I don't know where I am anymore. Sarah watched with tears in her eyes. She saw Kelvin's journey fall apart. Jump after jump, each one taking him farther from home instead of closer. The ship breaking down. Systems failing. Food running out. The final hologram showed Kelvin looking very sick and weak. He could barely sit up. Final log. I failed. I'm dying. The ship is dead. I couldn't keep my promise to Mira. She's turning 10 today. She's probably waiting for me, wearing the birthday dress I sent her. But I won't be there. I'm so sorry, my little star. I tried. I really tried. Tell your brother Kale to be strong. Tell baby Ven that daddy loves him. Tell your mother. Tell her I thought about her every second. I love you all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The hologram ended. The bridge fell silent. Sarah was crying now. She couldn't stop the tears. This alien captain was just like her father. A good person. Trying to get home. Trying to keep a promise. But space is cruel and doesn't care about promises. Sentinel, Sarah said, wiping her eyes. Kelvin's children. His family. Are they still alive? Unknown. 3,089 years have passed. They are. Certainly dead by now. But perhaps. Their children's children's children remain, perhaps. The family line continues. Sarah nodded. Then that's who we're taking Kelvin home to. His descendants. His family. But Captain Sarah, Sentinel said. We cannot reach them. Not enough jumps remaining. Sarah walked to the navigation panel. She studied the star maps. The route was impossible. Too far, too dangerous. Too broken. But then she noticed something. There was a path. A dangerous path through pirate-controlled space. The same pirates who attacked Kelvin all those years ago. If she could get through them, she could reach a repair station. Maybe fix the jump drive enough for 3 more jumps. I have an idea, Sarah said. It's dangerous. We might die. But doing nothing means Kelvin stays lost forever. What is your plan? Sentinel asked. We jump to Sector 7. There's a pirate route there. Kelvin's logs mention it. If we can pass through, there's an old repair station on the other side. Warning, Sentinel said. Those pirates are still there. Their descendants control that entire region. They will attack us. We have no weapons, no shields. Sarah smiled sadly. I know, but we have something they don't have. We have a reason to live. Kelvin taught me that. Even when everything is hopeless, you keep trying. She walked to the captain's chair and gently moved Kelvin's skeleton. She laid him carefully on the floor, treating his remains with respect. I'm sorry, Captain, Sarah said softly, but I need to sit here now. I need to be the captain. Just for a little while. Just until I get you home. Sarah sat down in the captain's chair. It felt too big for her, too important, but she gripped the armrests and took a deep breath. Sentinel, charge the jump drive. Set coordinates for Sector 7, Captain Sarah. Are you certain? We may not survive. Sarah looked at the picture of Kelvin's children still displayed on the screen. 3 small aliens smiling and innocent, waiting for a father who never came home. I'm certain, Sarah said firmly. Prepare to jump. The ship began to shake. Energy built up in the core. Lights flickered. The jump drive hummed louder and louder. Sarah gripped the chair tightly. Jump drive at 50%, 60%, 70%. Sarah closed her eyes and thought about her own father. Lost somewhere in space. No one brought him home. But maybe she could bring Kelvin home. Maybe she could do for someone else what no one did for her dad. Jump drive at 90%. Charging complete. Ready to jump on your command. Sarah opened her eyes. Jump now. The universe exploded into white light. The ship twisted and bent through space. Sarah screamed as gravity pulled her in every direction at once. It felt like her body was being torn apart and put back together. Then, silence. The white light faded. Stars appeared outside the windows again, but these were different stars. Different space. Jump complete, Sentinel announced. Now scanning location. Sarah breathed heavily, her hands shaking. Did we make it? Are we in Sector 7? Scanning. Yes, we have arrived. But Captain Sarah, I am detecting 3 loud beeps, interrupted Sentinel. The screen showed 3 ships approaching fast. They were sleek and dangerous looking, weapons charged and ready. A rough voice crackled over the communication system. Unknown ship, you have entered Crimson Fang territory. Power down your engines or we will destroy you. Sarah's blood ran cold. The pirates, Kelvin's killers, or at least their great-great-great-grandchildren. One of the pirate ships moved closer. Sarah could see its hull, old markings, the same symbols from Kelvin's attack logs. The pirate voice spoke again, now sounding surprised and excited. Wait, that ship design. I know that ship. Our ancestors tried to steal it 4,000 years ago. It disappeared, the ship with the experimental jump drive. And now it's ours. All 3 pirate ships powered up their weapons. Red targeting lasers locked onto Sarah's ship. Prepare to be boarded, stranger. That technology belongs to us now. Surrender or die. Sarah looked at the weapons panel. Empty. No guns. No missiles. Nothing. She looked at the shield controls. Offline. Broken. She looked at Kelvin's body lying on the floor. I won't let them have you, Sarah whispered. I made a promise. The pirates began firing warning shots. Explosions bloomed in space around the ancient ship. Sarah's mind raced. She needed a plan. She needed a miracle. She needed to remember everything Kelvin wrote in his logs. Sentinel, Sarah shouted. Kelvin escaped these pirates before. How did he do it? There must be something in his tactical files. Searching, found. Captain Kelvin used the ship's cloaking device to... We have a cloaking device? Sarah interrupted. Yes, but it is damaged. Requires rare energy crystal to function. We do not have this crystal. Without it, the cloaking device is useless. The pirates fired again. This time the shots hit the hull. The ship shook violently. Alarm screamed. Hull breach in Section 9. Oxygen leaking. We are being boarded. Enemy ship is attached to our airlock. Sarah heard footsteps in the corridors. Heavy boots. The pirates were inside. She looked around desperately. Think. Then she remembered. Her own ship. Her small mining vessel. It had a power crystal. A small one, maybe it was enough. Sentinel, if I get you a crystal, can you activate the cloak? Possibly, but you would need to install it manually. In the engine room. Section 11. Section 11 was 3 corridors away, and pirates were coming from that direction. Sarah grabbed a metal pipe from the floor. It wasn't much of a weapon, but it was all she had. I'm going to get that crystal, Sarah said. Keep Kelvin safe. She ran out of the bridge into the dark corridors. Behind her, she heard the pirates' voices getting closer. Find the human. Find the jump drive controls. Kill anyone who resists. Sarah ran faster. Her heart pounded. Her breath came in gasps. She had to survive. She had to keep her promise. Kelvin's family was waiting, and Sarah Chen never broke her promises. The pirates' hunt Sarah ran through the dark corridors, her boots pounding on the metal floor. Behind her, she heard the pirates shouting and searching. Their heavy footsteps echoed through the ancient ship. Find her. Check every room, a rough voice yelled. Sarah pressed her back against a wall, trying to catch her breath. She still held the metal pipe in her shaking hands. The ship's emergency lights flickered red, making everything look like a nightmare. Sentinel, Sarah whispered. Where are the pirates now? The AI's crackling voice came through a small speaker on the wall. 3 pirates are 2 corridors behind you. 2 more are searching the lower deck. 1 is trying to access the bridge. I have locked the doors, but they will break through soon. Sarah's mind raced. She needed to get to her own ship, grab the power crystal, and reach the engine room in Section 11, but the pirates were everywhere. Can you create a distraction? Sarah asked. My systems are very limited, but I can trigger emergency vents, create noise and steam. It will not stop them long. Do it, Sarah said. Suddenly, loud hissing sounds filled the corridors. Steam shot out from the walls. The pirates shouted in confusion. "What's happening?" "It's a trap!" "Watch out." Sarah used the noise to run. She moved quickly through the maze of corridors, staying in the shadows. Her heart beat so loud, she thought the pirates might hear it. She reached the airlock where her small mining ship was still attached. Sarah opened the door quietly and slipped inside her old vessel. Everything looked so familiar and safe. She wanted to just close the door, detach and fly away, but she couldn't. She made a promise. Sarah found her emergency toolkit and pulled out the power crystal. It was small, glowing with a soft blue light. This crystal powered her ship's main systems. Without it, her ship would be dead. "I guess I'm not going back anyway," Sarah said sadly. She took the crystal and returned to the ancient alien ship. As she stepped back into the corridor, she heard footsteps right around the corner. Sarah froze. The footsteps stopped. "I heard something," a pirate voice said. "Over there." By the airlock. Sarah's blood turned to ice. She looked around desperately. There was a small maintenance shaft on the wall. She pulled open the metal grate and squeezed inside just as the pirate turned the corner. Through the grate, Sarah watched a large pirate walk past. He wore heavy armor and carried a big rifle. His face was scarred and mean-looking. "Nothing here," the pirate said into his radio. "Just an old human mining ship. Worthless junk." The pirate kicked the wall in frustration and walked away. Sarah waited until she couldn't hear his footsteps anymore. Then she crawled through the maintenance shaft. It was tight and dirty. Old wires hung from the ceiling. Dust made her want to cough, but she held it in. The shaft led her through the walls of the ship. She could hear the pirates searching rooms, breaking equipment, and cursing when they found nothing valuable. "Where is the jump drive technology?" one pirate yelled. "Our boss wants it." "Keep searching." "It has to be here somewhere." Sarah kept crawling. Her arms hurt. Her knees were bruised, but she kept moving forward. Finally, she reached a grate that opened into Section 11, the engine room. She pushed the grate open carefully and looked down. The engine room was huge and empty. In the center was the massive quantum jump drive. It looked like a giant metal sphere covered in glowing lines and crystals, and standing guard next to it was a pirate. He was young, maybe 20 years old, holding a rifle and looking bored. Sarah's heart sank. She couldn't fight him. She wasn't a soldier. She was just a lonely cargo hauler who wanted to help a dead alien get home. But then she noticed something. The pirate was standing near some old engine controls. If she could activate them, maybe the sudden noise would scare him away. Sarah reached into her pocket and found a small bolt. She threw it across the room. It hit the wall with a loud clang. The young pirate jumped and pointed his rifle at the sound. "Who's there? Show yourself." Sarah used the moment to drop down from the shaft. She landed quietly behind a large machine. The pirate didn't see her. He walked toward where the bolt had landed, his rifle ready. Sarah moved in the opposite direction, sneaking toward the cloaking device panel. Her hands shook as she opened the access panel. Inside was a slot for the power crystal, but the old crystal that belonged there was cracked and dead. Sarah pulled it out and inserted her own crystal. The panel lit up. A soft humming sound started. The young pirate heard it. He turned around. "Hey, someone's there!" Sarah didn't think. She just ran. The pirate fired his rifle. The energy blast hit the wall next to Sarah's head. She screamed and dove behind the jump drive sphere. "Stop! Don't move!" the pirate yelled, but Sarah kept running. She zigzagged between machines and equipment. More shots fired. Sparks flew everywhere. One blast hit a power cable and electricity arced through the air. Sarah reached a ladder and started climbing. The pirate ran after her, still shooting. The ladder led to an upper platform where more engine controls were located. At the top, Sarah was trapped. The platform ended at a wall. There was nowhere left to run. The young pirate climbed up behind her, his rifle pointed at her chest. "End of the line, human. Don't make me kill you. Just tell me how to work the jump drive and maybe my boss will let you live." Sarah pressed her back against the wall. She still held the metal pipe, her only weapon against a rifle. "I can't do that," Sarah said, her voice shaking. "This ship doesn't belong to you. It belongs to someone who's trying to get home." The pirate laughed. "Home? This ship is 4,000 years old. Everyone it belonged to is dead." "Maybe," Sarah said, "but their family isn't." Somewhere out there, descendants are waiting. They deserve to know what happened. They deserve closure. Don't you understand that? The pirate's smile faded. For a moment he looked uncertain. I have my orders. My boss wants this ship. Your ancestors killed the captain of this ship, Sarah said. They left him to die alone in space. Do you want to continue that legacy? Or do you want to be better than them? The young pirate lowered his rifle slightly. He looked confused, like no one had ever asked him to think about right and wrong before. But then his radio crackled. A harsh voice came through. Status report. Have you found the human? The pirate's face hardened again. He raised his rifle. I'm sorry. I have to. Suddenly the entire ship shook violently. Alarms blared. Red lights flashed. Warning! Sentinel's voice echoed through the ship. Cloaking device activated. But power surge detected. Ship systems overloading. The young pirate lost his balance. He stumbled backward and fell off the platform. Sarah heard him scream and then a heavy thud. He hit the ground hard but was still alive, groaning in pain. Sarah climbed down quickly. She needed to reach the cloaking device controls before everything exploded. More pirates ran into the engine room. What's happening? Why are the alarms going off? Sarah reached the control panel. Her crystal was glowing too bright. It was too powerful for the old alien system. The cloaking device was trying to activate, but the surge was damaging everything. Sentinel! Sarah shouted. How do I stabilize it? You must reduce power flow. Use the regulator valve on your left. Sarah saw a large wheel-shaped valve. She grabbed it with both hands and turned. It was stuck. Rust and age made it almost impossible to move. The pirates saw her. There she is. Grab her! Sarah pulled with all her strength. Her muscles screamed. Sweat poured down her face. The valve started to turn, slowly, inch by inch. The pirates were 10 feet away. Then 5 feet. Sarah gave one final pull. The valve spun. The power surge stopped. The crystal's glow returned to normal, and then the ship disappeared. Not really disappeared, but the cloaking device activated. To anyone outside, to any scanner or sensor, the ancient alien ship no longer existed. The pirates stopped running. They looked confused. Their radios crackled with panicked voices from their own ships. Where did it go? The ship just vanished from our sensors. It's still here. We're standing inside it. Then why can't we see it on our screens? Boss is going to be angry. Sarah didn't wait. While the pirates were confused, she ran. She ran back through the corridors past surprised pirates who were getting emergency evacuation orders from their ships. All units, return to base ships immediately. We've lost visual on the target. Retreat and regroup. The pirates were leaving, running back to their airlocks. Their commanders didn't want to risk losing their crews inside an invisible ship they couldn't track. Sarah reached the bridge. The doors were damaged but still holding. Sentinel, open up! It's me! The doors slid open. Sarah rushed inside and sealed them behind her. She collapsed into the captain's chair, breathing hard. Her whole body hurt. Her hands were bleeding from gripping the valve so hard. Status report, Sarah gasped. All pirates have evacuated. We are cloaked. They cannot see us. We are safe. For now, Sarah wanted to cry with relief, but there was no time. She checked the systems. The jump drive screen showed red warnings everywhere. Sentinel, can we still jump? The AI was quiet for a long moment. The pirate attack caused severe damage. The jump drive can only handle one more jump, maybe one, before complete failure. Sarah's heart sank. One jump? But we need at least 4 more jumps to reach Kelvin's home planet. Yes, I am sorry, Captain Sarah. We cannot complete the mission. The mathematics are impossible. Sarah looked at Kelvin's body, still lying respectfully on the floor where she had placed it. She thought about his children, his wife, his family waiting for him 3,189 years ago. She thought about her own father, lost in space. No one knew where. No one could bring him home. Tears rolled down Sarah's face. I failed. Just like Kelvin failed. We both tried so hard, but it wasn't enough. You did not fail, Sentinel said softly. You tried. That is what matters. Captain Kelvin would be proud of you. You risked your life for someone you never met, for a promise that was not yours. That is very honorable. Sarah wiped her tears. She looked at the star map. They were still so far from Kelvin's home planet. One jump wouldn't get them even halfway there. But wait. Sarah leaned forward, studying the map more carefully. There was something there. A station, An old repair facility on the edge of Kelvin's home territory. Sentinel, what is this station? Coordinates 847-223. Searching database. That is a Kelvin species military repair station, built for emergency ship repairs. It is old, possibly abandoned, but possibly still functional. A small flame of hope lit in Sarah's heart. If we jump there, could they repair our jump drive? Unknown. The station is 3,189 years old. Like this ship, it may be destroyed, or empty, or hostile. It is a risk, Sarah thought about it. One jump left. She could use it to try reaching the repair station. If the station was dead or couldn't help, they would be stuck there forever. Kelvin would never get home, or she could use the jump to get herself back to human space. Save herself, live, leave Kelvin floating in space like so many other lost souls. Sarah closed her eyes. She saw her father's face, smiling, promising to come home. She was 10 years old, just like Kelvin's daughter Mira was when he left. I know what it's like to wait for someone who never comes home, Sarah whispered. I can't do that to Kelvin's family, even if they're all dead. Even if no one remembers him anymore, he deserves to be home. She opened her eyes with determination. Sentinel, set coordinates for the repair station. Charge the jump drive. We're going to take one last chance. Captain Sarah, if the station cannot help us, we will be trapped there forever. You will never see your home again. Sarah smiled sadly. I know, but some promises are worth keeping, even if they cost everything. The jump drive began to hum. Energy built up in the core. This was it. The last jump. The final chance. Sarah gripped the captain's chair. Kelvin, if you can hear me somehow, I'm not giving up on you. We're going to get you home. I promise. The ship shook. The universe prepared to fold. Jump drive charged. Sentinel announced. Ready on your command. Sarah took a deep breath. Jump. White light filled everything. Space twisted. Sarah felt her body stretch and compress. The sensation was worse this time because the jump drive was so damaged. Pain shot through her. She screamed. Everything went white, then black, then white again, and then silence. The stars appeared. Different stars, different space. Jump complete, Sentinel said weakly. Scanning location. We have arrived at coordinates 847-223. Sarah's vision was blurry. She blinked, trying to see the screen. There, floating in space ahead of them, was a massive station. It was old and dark. Parts of it looked broken, but some lights were still blinking. Some systems still worked. The station, Sarah whispered. Is anyone there? Sentinel scanned, detecting minimal power signatures. The station is mostly abandoned, but there is something. A signal, an automated beacon. It is broadcasting a message. What does it say? The speakers crackled. An old recording played. The voice was in Kelvin's language, but the ship translated it to English. Emergency repair station Alpha 7. Automated systems active. If you are stranded and need help, dock at Bay 3. Medical and repair services available. You are not alone. Help is here, the message repeated, over and over. A beacon of hope left behind thousands of years ago. Sarah started crying again, but this time they were tears of hope. We're gonna make it, she whispered. Kelvin, we're going to make it. She guided the cloaked ship toward docking Bay 3. The ancient station waited, silent, patient, ready to help one more lost traveler find their way home. Behind them, in the darkness of space, 3 pirate ships appeared from Quantum Jump. They had followed the jump signature. The pirate commander's voice crackled over the radio. We know you're here, human. We tracked your jump. You can't hide forever. Surrender the ship and the jump drive technology, or we'll destroy that station with you inside it. Sarah's hope turned to ice. The pirates had found them again, and this time there was nowhere left to run. The final jump. Sarah stared at the communication screen. The pirate commander's face appeared, a cruel-looking alien with red eyes and sharp teeth. You have 1 hour, human, the pirate said. Give us the jump drive technology or we destroy you and that old station. Your choice is simple, live or die. The screen went black. Sarah's hands trembled. She looked around the bridge, at Kelvin's body lying on the floor, at the damaged controls, at the screen showing 1 last hour before the pirates attacked. Sentinel, Sarah said quietly. Can we fight them? No, we have no weapons. No shields. Our cloaking device is damaged from overuse. They will find us soon. And their ships have powerful missiles. They can destroy this entire station. Sarah felt hopeless. They came so far, survived so much, and now, at the very end, they would fail anyway. There must be something we can do, Sarah said desperately. There is one option, Sentinel said slowly. We can dock at the repair station. Try to fix the jump drive. If we succeed, we could jump to Kelvin's home planet. But the repairs would take 3 hours minimum. We only have 1 hour, Sarah stood up. Then we have to try. We dock now. We work fast. Maybe we get lucky. She guided the ancient ship toward docking bay 3. The station was old and dark, but the docking lights still worked. The ship connected with a heavy clang. Air hissed as the airlock sealed together. Docking complete, Sentinel announced. Station atmosphere is breathable. Temperature is cold but acceptable. Automated systems are responding. Sarah grabbed her tools and ran to the airlock. She stepped into the repair station for the first time. Everything was covered in dust. The corridors were dark except for emergency lights. But it was clear this station was built for one purpose: fixing damaged ships quickly. Sarah followed the station's painted arrows to the main repair bay. When she arrived, she gasped. The room was huge. Robot arms hung from the ceiling, frozen in place. Tool stations lined the walls, and in the center was a repair platform designed for jump drives. Sentinel, can you connect to the station systems? Sarah asked. Attempting connection. Connection established. Station repair systems are mostly functional. Activating repair protocols now. The robot arms suddenly came to life. They moved slowly at first, shaking off thousands of years of dust. Lights turned on across the bay. Computer screens flickered and displayed alien text. Station AI online, a new voice said. It sounded clearer than Sentinel, less damaged. Welcome to Emergency Repair Station Alpha 7. Scanning your vessel. Oh my, this is a Kelvin-class explorer ship. We have not seen one of these in 3,782 years. How can we assist? Sarah's heart jumped. Our jump drive is critically damaged. We need it repaired fast. We only have 1 hour. Understood. Beginning diagnostic scan. Robot arms extended toward the ancient ship. They connected cables and sensors to the jump drive. Screens showed complex diagrams and numbers Sarah couldn't understand. Diagnosis complete, the station AI said. Your jump drive has severe damage. Power couplings are burned. Quantum field generator is misaligned. Crystal matrix is fractured. Standard repair time, 4 hours, 17 minutes. Sarah felt her hope dying. We don't have 4 hours. We only have 1 hour. Isn't there a faster way? Faster repairs are possible but dangerous. The jump drive might fail during the next jump. Success probability, 34%. Sarah looked at the timer on her wrist device. 52 minutes left. Do it, Sarah said. We'll take those odds. Warning, 34% success rate means 66% chance of catastrophic failure. The jump drive could explode. The ship could be torn apart in quantum space. You could die, I know, Sarah shouted. But if we don't try, we die anyway. And Captain Kelvin stays lost forever. Start the repairs. The station AI was quiet for a moment. Then it said, you are very brave, human. Or very foolish. Perhaps both. Beginning emergency repairs now. The robot arms moved faster. They pulled damaged parts from the jump drive and replaced them with new ones from the station's storage. Sparks flew. Metal screeched. Sarah watched nervously, unable to help. She wasn't an engineer. She could only trust the old machines to work. While the repairs happened, Sarah went back to the bridge. She sat down and looked at Kelvin's body again. I'm doing everything I can, Sarah told him. I hope it's enough. She noticed something she hadn't seen before. A small datapad in Kelvin's uniform pocket. Sarah carefully pulled it out. The screen was cracked but still working. She pressed the button. The screen lit up. It was Kelvin's personal journal. The final entries he wrote before he died. Sarah read them, tears filling her eyes. Day 87. I am very sick now. Food is gone. Water almost gone. I know I'm dying, but I keep thinking about my family. Mira's birthday was yesterday. She turned 10 without me. I broke my promise. I hate myself for it. Day 94. I had a dream last night. I dreamed I made it home. Mira ran to me and hugged me. She said, Daddy, you came back. It felt so real. When I woke up, I cried for an hour. I want to go home so badly. Day 103. I've accepted I will die here. My body will float in this ship forever. No one will find me. No one will bring me home. But maybe that's okay. Maybe Mira and Kale and little Ven will live good lives. Maybe they'll think I abandoned them and that will make them strong. Maybe forgetting me is better than waiting forever. Day 112, final entry. I recorded a message today. For anyone who finds this ship, I'm asking them to take me home. It's a foolish hope. Why would anyone help a dead alien? But I have to try. I have to believe someone out there is kind enough to care. If you're reading this, thank you. Thank you for trying. My family lives on the planet Telvara. Blue oceans, green forests, 2 moons. The most beautiful place in the galaxy. Please, take me there. Tell them I love them. Tell them I tried. That's all I ask. Sarah closed the datapad. She was crying so hard she could barely breathe. I will, Sarah whispered. I will take you home, Kelvin. I promise. Suddenly an explosion shook the station. Sarah fell from the chair. Alarms blared. Warning, Sentinel shouted. The pirates are attacking! They are firing on the station's outer hull. Sarah ran to the window. She saw the 3 pirate ships firing missiles. Explosions bloomed across the station's surface. Parts of the structure broke apart and floated into space. They said 1 hour. Sarah screamed. It's only been 35 minutes. The pirate commander lied, Sentinel said. They are destroying the station now. They do not care if you survive. Another explosion. Closer this time. The repair bay shook violently. One of the robot arms fell from the ceiling and crashed to the floor. Station AI, Sarah yelled. How much longer for repairs? 15 minutes remaining. But the station will not survive 15 minutes of this attack. Structural integrity failing. Recommend immediate evacuation. Sarah grabbed the walls to steady herself. No, keep repairing. We're not leaving. Captain Sarah, Sentinel said urgently. We must go. If the station explodes, we die. If we leave now, the jump drive isn't fixed. We can't reach Kelvin's home. Everything we did was for nothing. Another massive explosion. The lights went out. Emergency power kicked in, but everything was dim and red. 10 minutes, the station AI said calmly. Repairs 60% complete. Outside, the pirates circled like sharks. They fired continuously. The station was being torn apart piece by piece. Sarah made a decision. She ran to the pilot controls and activated the ship's engines. What are you doing? Sentinel asked. I'm going to buy us time, Sarah said. She undocked the ship from the station and flew out into open space. The pirates saw her immediately. They stopped firing at the station and turned toward her ship. There you are, human. The pirate commander laughed over the radio. Trying to run. Your cloak is broken. We can see you now. The 3 pirate ships chased after Sarah. They fired their weapons. Energy blasts streaked past her ship. One hit her rear thruster. Alarm screamed. Sentinel, how long can we survive their attack? Sarah asked. Not long. Hull integrity at 68% and falling. We have no shields. Sarah flew in circles around the station, leading the pirates away from the repair bay. She dodged missiles and energy fire. Her ship shook with each near miss. Keep shooting, Sarah muttered. Stay focused on me. Forget about the station. It was working. All 3 pirate ships chased Sarah. They stopped attacking the station. The robot arms continued their repairs in the bay undisturbed. But Sarah's ship was dying. Warning lights flashed everywhere. Fires started in the engine room. The hull had dozens of breaches. Hull integrity at 42%, Sentinel warned. We cannot survive much longer. A missile hit the left side. The explosion threw Sarah from her chair. She hit her head on the control panel. Blood ran down her face. Hull integrity at 28%. Multiple critical failures. Life support failing. Sarah pulled herself back into the chair. Her vision was blurry. Everything hurt. But she kept flying. Kept dodging. Kept the pirates' attention on her. Her radio crackled. It was the station AI. Repairs complete. Jump drive is operational. Return to the bay immediately. Relief flooded through Sarah. Sentinel, get us back to the station. Now. The ship turned sharply and flew back toward the repair bay. The pirates followed, still firing. Sarah guided the damaged ship into the bay. The moment they were inside, the station's emergency doors slammed shut. The pirates' missiles hit the doors but couldn't get through. We made it, Sarah breathed. We actually made it. Scan complete, Sentinel said. Jump drive repairs confirmed. We can jump one final time. But Captain Sarah, it is only 34% chance of success. The drive might fail. We might die. Sarah didn't hesitate. Set coordinates for Telvara, Kelvin's home planet. Do it now before the pirates break through those doors. Outside, the pirates were trying to cut through the bay doors with laser torches. The metal glowed red hot. Coordinates locked. Sentinel said, Planet Telvara. 2 moons, blue oceans, green forests. Just like Captain Kelvin described. Charging jump drive now. The ship began to hum. Energy built in the core. Sarah strapped herself into the captain's chair. She looked at Kelvin's body, secured safely in a corner. This is it, Sarah said. We either make it home or we die trying. Either way, we tried our best. I will, Sarah whispered. I will take you home, Kelvin. I promise. Suddenly, an explosion shook the station. Sarah fell from the chair. Alarms blared. Warning. Sentinel shouted. The pirates are attacking. They are firing on the station's outer hull. Sarah ran to the window. She saw the 3 pirate ships firing missiles. Explosions bloomed across the station's surface. Parts of the structure broke apart and floated into space. They said 1 hour. Sarah screamed. It's only been 35 minutes. The pirate commander lied, Sentinel said. They are destroying the station now. They do not care if you survive. Another explosion. Closer this time. The repair bay shook violently. One of the robot arms fell from the ceiling and crashed to the floor. Station AI, Sarah yelled. How much longer for repairs? 15 minutes remaining. But the station will not survive 15 minutes of this attack. Structural integrity failing. Recommend immediate evacuation. Sarah grabbed the walls to steady herself. No, keep repairing. We're not leaving. Captain Sarah, Sentinel said urgently. We must go. If the station explodes, we die. If we leave now, the jump drive isn't fixed. We can't reach Kelvin's home. Everything we did was for nothing. Another massive explosion. The lights went out. Emergency power kicked in, but everything was dim and red. 10 minutes, the station AI said calmly. Repairs 60% complete. Outside, the pirates circled like sharks. They fired continuously. The station was being torn apart piece by piece. Sarah made a decision. She ran to the pilot controls and activated the ship's engines. What are you doing? Sentinel asked. I'm going to buy us time, Sarah said. She undocked the ship from the station and flew out into open space. The pirates saw her immediately. They stopped firing at the station and turned toward her ship. There you are, human. The pirate commander laughed over the radio. Trying to run? Your cloak is broken. We can see you now. The 3 pirate ships chased after Sarah. They fired their weapons. Energy blasts streaked past her ship. One hit her rear thruster. Alarm screamed. Sentinel, how long can we survive their attack? Sarah asked. Not long. Hull integrity at 68% and falling. We have no shields. Sarah flew in circles around the station, leading the pirates away from the repair bay. She dodged missiles and energy fire. Her ship shook with each near miss. Keep shooting, Sarah muttered. Stay focused on me. Forget about the station. It was working. All 3 pirate ships chased Sarah. They stopped attacking the station. The robot arms continued their repairs in the bay, undisturbed, but Sarah's ship was dying. Warning lights flashed everywhere. Fires started in the engine room. The hull had dozens of breaches. Hull integrity at 42%, Sentinel warned. We cannot survive much longer. A missile hit the left side. The explosion threw Sarah from her chair. She hit her head on the control panel. Blood ran down her face. Hull integrity at 28%. Multiple critical failures. Life support failing. Sarah pulled herself back into the chair. Her vision was blurry. Everything hurt. But she kept flying, kept dodging, kept the pirates' attention on her. Her radio crackled. It was the station AI. Repairs complete. Jump drive is operational. Return to the bay immediately. Relief flooded through Sarah. Sentinel, get us back to the station. Now. The ship turned sharply and flew back toward the repair bay. The pirates followed, still firing. Sarah guided the damaged ship into the bay. The moment they were inside, the station's emergency doors slammed shut. The pirates' missiles hit the doors but couldn't get through. We made it, Sarah breathed. We actually made it. Scan complete, Sentinel said. Jump drive repairs confirmed. We can jump one final time. But Captain Sarah, it is only 34% chance of success. The drive might fail. We might die. Sarah didn't hesitate. Set coordinates for Telvara, Kelvin's home planet. Do it now before the pirates break through those doors. Outside, the pirates were trying to cut through the bay doors with laser torches. The metal glowed red hot. Coordinates locked, Sentinel said. Planet Telvara. 2 moons. Blue oceans, green forests, just like Captain Kelvin described. Charging jump drive now, the ship began to hum. Energy built in the core. Sarah strapped herself into the captain's chair. She looked at Kelvin's body secured safely in a corner. "This is it," Sarah said. "We either make it home or we die trying. Either way, we tried our best." The bay doors began to crack. The pirates were almost through. Jump drive at 50%, 70%, 90%. The doors exploded inward. Pirates rushed into the bay, weapons raised. "There! Stop them, don't let them jump!" Energy blasts hit the ship's hull. More alarms, more damage. "Jump drive fully charged," Sentinel announced. "Ready to jump, Captain Sarah. It has been an honor serving with you." Sarah smiled through her tears and blood. The honor was mine. For Kelvin, for his family. "Jump now!" She pressed the button. The universe exploded into white light. The ship twisted through space, but something was wrong. The jump drive was making a horrible grinding sound. Pieces of it were breaking apart. Sarah screamed as gravity pulled her in every direction. She felt her bones creaking. Her vision went dark. Jump drive failing. Sentinel's voice was distorted. "Structural integrity collapsing. We're breaking apart." The white light turned red, then black. Pain shot through every part of Sarah's body. She thought about her father, about Kelvin, about promises made and promises kept. "Please," Sarah whispered. "Please let us make it. Just a little farther." Everything went silent. Everything went dark. Sarah lost consciousness. When Sarah woke up, she didn't know where she was. Her head pounded. Her body ached everywhere. She tried to move but couldn't. Slowly, her vision focused. She was still in the captain's chair, still on the bridge, but the ship was quiet. Too quiet. "Sentinel," Sarah called weakly. Did we? No response. Sarah's heart sank. The AI was dead. The ship was dead. But then she looked at the window, and what she saw made her forget all the pain. Stars, but not just any stars. A beautiful blue planet filled the view. 2 moons orbited peacefully beside it. The ocean sparkled. Green forests covered the continents. It was Telvara, Kelvin's home. "We made it," Sarah whispered in amazement. "We actually made it." Tears rolled down her face. Happy tears this time. But then new alarms started beeping. Sarah checked the screens. Hundreds of ships were approaching. Military ships, defense ships, all of them from the planet below. A voice came over the radio. Strong and commanding, speaking in Kelvin's language. The ship's translator was damaged, but Sarah could understand a few words. "Unknown vessel. Identify yourself, or we will destroy you." Sarah's hands shook as she activated the communications. "Please don't shoot," Sarah said. "My name is Sarah Chen. I'm human. I brought someone home. Someone who's been lost for a very long time." Silence. Then the voice spoke again. Confused, suspicious. "Who did you bring?" Sarah looked at Kelvin's body, then back at the camera. "I brought Captain Kelvin home. He's been trying to get here for 3,189 years. He made a promise to his family. I'm here to help him keep it." The silence lasted even longer this time. Finally, the voice spoke, but now it sounded shocked, emotional. "Kelvin, Captain Kelvin of the Explorer Corps? That's impossible. He disappeared almost 4,000 years ago. He's been dead for—" "I know," Sarah interrupted, "but he never stopped trying to come home. And I promised I would help him, so here we are." Another long pause. "Please, dock at Space Station Theta 9. Do not make any hostile moves. We are sending a team to verify your claim. If you are lying, I'm not lying," Sarah said softly. "I'm just keeping a promise." The military ships escorted Sarah to the space station. Her damaged ship barely made it. The engines died just as she finished docking. Sarah sat in the captain's chair, exhausted and hurt. But she smiled. "We did it, Kelvin," she said. "You're home." Through the window she could see Telvara growing larger. The beautiful planet Kelvin dreamed about every day. The home he died trying to reach, and now, finally, after 3,189 years of waiting, his journey was over.